So you all might have registered for a hackathon, right? So if you have question, you can ask from here through the chat box, or you might have received the link of the Slack channel. So we have a hackathon specific Slack channel. So you will be able to join. So in that channel, like you can ask any questions and we will be able to answer your questions. Okay, so that is the resource you have. Once you sign up, you might have received these rules and regulations. What is the scope of the competition and how it's gonna work? Okay. Um, so yeah, so this is the scope. So basically, a challenge is given to you. The goal of this competition is to make sure you gain some knowledge as well as you experiment with this new tool and provide your feedback. Okay. So moving forward, let me just walk you through the exact competition, right? So this is the competition. So this is the documentation, and I can also paste in the chat over here, as well as you all will receive or might have already received uh, this document uh, with all the rules and all the challenges that we are having um, as a part of this competition. Okay. So first is, so let me walk you through. So all tasks will be performed in the ContextQA platform. So this is the ContextQA platform, right? As well as we have our own website. So it is a contextqa.com. So here you will be able to find some more information over here. The main goal over here for coming to our website is you will be able to, like when you click on free trial, it will bring you to our ContextQA platform, as well as we have a Chrome extension. So with this link, you will be able to install Chrome extension to your local. Okay. And we have a documentation. So for any question or concern, you will be able to walk through the documentation and find your answer. So any questions so far on website and the resources that I discussed right now?
No.
Okay, thanks. Moving forward, so you need to sign up if you haven't signed up. So you will be able to sign up through here, either through your Google single sign-on or regular password. So you just enter unique organization ID here, as well as your full name, your email address, and password. And yeah, so you will be able to sign up by yourself. Okay. Let me just minimize this so it doesn't come. Okay. Use your email, whichever you use for registration, if it's valid. If not, then yeah, please let me know and we will try to fix it so we can map it out who registered and who is submitting. And you need to perform all the tasks whichever you can, and based on the task you will be evaluated. You need to submit your work in this Google form mentioned over here. So you will be providing information and answers over here. And yeah, so these are the like answers you need to provide here. Whatever the test case that you, as a part of the success criteria, right, to make sure you being evaluated rightly, is your test case must be executable and run, and you need to create efficient, clear, and valid test case with valid verification criteria. So that is the expectations, that your test case must run, and you this is the competitive advantage you will have over the other competitors, that your test case must be efficient, clear, and valid. So any question on this instruction side? Okay, so I will yeah, I will move forward. So at the end of from this competition, you will get through it. What is the data driven testing? How to find locators using ContextQA, some of the API testing basics, and how to debug using TraceViewer. So this might look advanced topic to some of you might be already doing all these things, but if you are not, then even it is sounding a little advanced or something you might not be doing on day-to-day basis. But as a part of this competition, we will try to show you how easy it is to do that and get more efficient. Okay. Are we good on this section?
Sir, I have one question. Actually, in registration, there is asking for organization unique ID. Where it
Mhm.
get?
Yeah, you can give anyone Radhika 01, right? Or it should be, yeah, something that you remember, right? So yeah, you can give any org ID. So that's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question?
Yeah, we need to write the code for just to do this login. Let's say.
Yes. Sorry, I
Okay.
didn't get your question. Sorry. You need to write.
We need to write the test case for this login only, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. We can write in the test-driven format also, right?
I will walk you through how you're gonna do it, because this is a low code, no code platform, right? So you will do everything in this context QA platform. And
Okay.
yeah, and you can have, like, to write your test case, you can have whatever approach you can choose it. But yeah, it must, there might be some different limitations over here, um, because the tool might have some different functionality than you might have been used to, right? So let's take a look, and then I will be happy to answer more questions there as well. Okay.
Okay.
Any other question? Okay, so
No,
let's
sir.
move. Okay, sorry. Uh, any question for me?
I think so. No, no, sir.
Okay, perfect. So so first challenge, right? Create a test case using a context QA. I can walk you through how to create a general test case in a context QA, and we will provide you the video also. But here, the part of this challenge is you need to use the same tool to create a 3 new users as a part of your test and verify that these 3 new users are created or not. And you need to create in a more efficient manner, right? And you can use different techniques over here. You can use just a hard coded stuff, or you can use parameterized stuff or data driven stuff. It's up to you how you can write an efficient test case, right? So first thing is how to create a test case using context QA. So so to answer your question, creating a test case using context QA is very simple. So you go to like a you log into any organization that you created, right? And once you go there, so you can sign up in the Chrome extension as well as our portal. So once you sign up, you can create any test case. So here, for example, you are creating a test case that login module of Orange HRM or Facebook or anything. Okay. So to create a test case, you just add here, you just add a description. And here we say that April 15th, right? And description is a login scenario. And yeah, obviously you can write a proper test case title. I'm just giving you the example, and you can give the labels whichever you want. Other fields are not mandatory. So once you go there, right, and you go into this particular test case that you created, and you go to any website, right? In this case, we are going to the Orange HRM, right? So let it load. And here we are discussing like how to create and record a test case using context QA. So you go here, you start recording, you enter your username, password, right? Login, and perform any actions that you would like to, right? And you just select the drop down, right? And click cancel and stop here. So this is the easiest way to come up with the just your activity over here, so you do not need to remember and write by yourself. So are we on the same page, how to create a test case, specifically not fully test case, because we will still add all the assertions criteria, but all the test steps required for that user scenario. Uh, are we on the same page? How to record using ContextQA?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and so we created, right? Now you found out that, okay, here it's a admin 123, right? Or here is the admin, which is this field. So you click on this button and it says, okay, this is the admin field, but it should be named as a username and it is showing label. So it didn't capture. So you just go ahead and write here, like fill in the blanks and save it out. So here it will be like enter admin in the username field, right? And you may use like, okay, this is twice, which is not required. You can come over here and delete. So I'm just showing you how to add, update, delete steps in the context QA. Same for here, right? Like if you see, and to make it more readable, you just come over here and click save. So it will be like, okay, go to this URL, click on username, enter admin in the username field, click on here, and then you can say, okay, password, right? And save, and then it will be, so it will not affect your test execution. It is just for more readability purpose. But are we on the same page for this one? Any question how to create a test case and record in the first place? Okay, so moving forward, so same test case will be available in your portal as well. So you go here, like whichever the test case you created. So currently we created this login module, orange HRM, right? And these are the steps that we updated, so all the steps will be visible over here, right? So are we on the same page how to, so okay, so I'm walking you through again. Here you click on the pencil icon, you click on the test cases, and in the test cases you will see the list of test cases, and you need to find specific test case that you just created. So you just click orange HRM April 15 module and all the test steps will be visible. Are we on the same page here? Or any question for me? Okay. So moving forward, so once you create a test case, this is the button that you can click to run, and once you run it, it will execute all the test cases in the cloud environment in a headless mode. So you will verify that your test case is working fine or not until this point. So you can modify or fix if it is not. Okay. So are we on the same page how to run a test case? I just want to make sure like I didn't lose anyone. So yeah. Okay, so once you run it, right, you go into the run history, you click on it, right, and and your test execution will show up over here that you log in, you click here and there, right, and you try to add a new user or you try to click somewhere else and select the drop down and it shows like this. Are we good so far?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So so what we've seen so far, right? First we've seen is how to create a test case, how to add a test steps, and then how to execute using the run button. And once you execute, how the result looks like in context QA. Okay, so and this is the video for you. If it is failing, it will provide you for which step it failed, and you can go back and fix those particular steps. Now, going back to the competition, so here is you needed to create a test case using context QA, which you already did. Now you need to do it more efficiently, and we will come back to this point in a moment. Okay, that how, and I will not provide you the answer, but I will show you the features, and you can use one or the more features of context QA to write efficient test case. Okay, Um, as a part of this particular as a part of this particular uh, challenge, right? You just need to, once you record it, you just need to copy this URL for me and send it, right? And like upload into the like so like this is the test case 170 and all the steps. So you just, because it will have your org ID, and this URL will look something like this, right? And you will go here and just paste this URL over here for me, like this one, right? And that's all you need to submit as a part, as a part of the challenge one. Are we good so far for the challenge one?
Means we have to create here test and only link that links on Google Sheet.
Yes. Yeah, you
Okay.
will perform all the actions in Chrome extension or our portal, right? In the ContextQA portal, and the links only you need to links and screenshot only you need to upload into the in this Google form as a part of your submission.
Screenshot means that test cases steps or which test screenshot we have.
Yeah,
Screenshot.
I will walk you through what I mean. Okay, so let me walk you through. Okay, so but are we good here so far? For the first challenge, I will walk you through the screenshot part in a moment because it is a part of the challenge too.
Yes, I got it.
Okay. Okay. So now we ran the test case, right? And you see the history. As a part of the test execution, it also generates the entire trace viewer for you. Okay. So if you click on here and right click on it, right, and open in new tab, then it will open this trace viewer for you, which walk you through the what are the requests that it made throughout the process. I'm not sure, do you use this on day-to-day debug perspective or not? Some might to just only look at the logs, or someone might be also looking at the network trace. But this is all you will get, like at the part of the each step, how everything works, and you get all the screenshots as well. Okay, so this is what we call the feature called trace viewer. Okay, so you need to remember that this is the trace viewer. So as a part of the second challenge, what I'm asking is, from the trace viewer you need to find particular endpoint and see how the request and response look like. So I will just give you the example of one. Like you go, when you go to this page and you see that, so for this particular page the request looks like this one, right? And when and response is looking like this one. So I'm not sure um, how much experience you have with the API, and this is a part of this challenge as well. You will get understand of the basics of the API. So through this one, you need to find it out, what is the, where is this request, for this given request, whichever the specific request I mentioned, and I provide you the endpoint. So endpoint should match over here like in URL, and you need to provide me the response. So response, it will be the JSON object over here. So you need to provide me this one. Okay, copy and paste. So challenge one is, you will take a screenshot like this one, right? You will take a screenshot like this one, particularly wherever you click on it, and just upload this screenshot on the Google form. This is the step one, right? That as a part of this challenge, you need to find where in a trace viewer this particular endpoint is being called. So you need to find it out, and what is the JSON response look like. So in this case, JSON response looks like this one. In your case, it will be different. So you need to copy this JSON response as it is right here, like something like this, and you need to just copy and paste into the Google form here. Make sense? Any question? And you will upload the file, that the screenshot we took over here. So any question, guys? Okay. Radhika, do you have a question on the screenshot anymore?
No, sir.
Okay, perfect. So in this process, we already learned like how to read the logs, or how to read the network, how to find a particular request, and then see what is the response we are getting, and how to get a particular endpoint that we are looking for. So there are much more to learn into the API, but this is a basics, and this is something that anyone should be able to start, right? So that is our goal from this particular challenge. And with this tool, you will find very easy to find a trace, find a response, and list it out what it is. Okay, the step 3 or challenge 3 is, I'm not, and again, this is, the people are doing the just manual or visual testing, or they might be a automation testers, right? But in that case, they must be aware of the selectors. What is the selector, and how they might not use on their day-to-day basis, but they need to know, because it is an important part of the software testing process. So in a Chrome extension, we have a way how to find a locator for a given given element, or DOM element. Okay, so over here, like if you go here, right, in the Chrome extension, click on the edit button, you will find these are the like selectors you will get, right? So you need to copy and paste one of these selector for the given item we give. So you can get the selector from here because it automatically captured for you, or you can go back and go to the home screen, click on selector, and right click on it and say that ContextQA selector finder, and it will find a selector for you. Okay, again, going back to this password field, and you can say that, okay, and then this will give you the selector for the password field, right? Or this XPath, or this playwright specific selector, right? Or you can say that, okay, selector for this username field, and it will give it for this label to you. Okay, so are we on the same page how to use the selector? Or you can use this locator start. You can click over here, and then you can say that, okay, context QA, and it will do it for you. So are we on the same page how to use a context QA Chrome extension to find the locators for you? So as a part of the third challenge, you need to go to the specific element that I mentioned over here, and you need to find the locators for that, right, using the Chrome extension. And you need to take a screenshot, right? You need to take a screenshot of those elements. So you need to take a screenshot of this Chrome extension section itself, that, okay, these are the two locators you captured using Chrome extension, and you're going to upload it, right? And yeah, you can save these selectors as well. But are we on the same page how to capture a selector using Chrome extension? Okay, now if you go back, to the challenge, right? So here it says, as a part of the third challenge, you need to upload the screenshot. So we capture the screenshot, and you need to use these selectors, right, as a part of one of your test case to verify that these exist or not, or in any way. To do that, you can create a test case, right, that says that, okay, verify this element or that element, or verify this username is there. Like if I am supposed to write a one test case for username and password, then my login test case that we just created over here is sufficient for us to showcase that it will work or not. Okay, and here we are using username and password. So you need to use those selectors to verify or do anything with that in a one given test case, and you need to copy and paste the test case URL in the Google form as well. Okay, are we on the same page? Okay, moving forward, you need to create a REST endpoints or a REST API. So you can use a fake API called JSON placeholder. So I put as an example. So let's go back to this fourth challenge. So here you will create a test case for API methods, right? So I'm not sure how depth knowledge you have in API, but this requires very basic knowledge. And so in a API, there are like different types of methods. One is a gate method, one is a post, put, and patch. You just need to add one for each. So you will just create like okay, you go here and you just find like how to create a gate, and like you go to our Chrome extension, create a new test case. So here like you need to create a new test case. You can give any name, and then you say that okay, you need to write API testing. So you just type API, you click on it, and you will just paste the okay, get all the posts from this endpoint, and this is a get request, and API get fake API, fake posts, right? You write the description, you select the method here, click send, and it will show you the results. You go to the next and click on post and create and save, and then you run it, right? And it will provide you the different trace viewer, which we call the API trace viewer. So you need to use both. So you go here, click here, click on the API trace viewer, right? So here, and here you call this gate, you go to the network, you you made a request to get all the post, and you got the response over here. So what, as a part of this submission, you need to do is create such a request in this ContextQA platform. I just gave you the example of gate, but you need to do others as well. And then you need to verify that above method in the trace viewer work completely fine or not. And as a part of the submission, you need to provide two things. One is a test case URL, right? As I showed before, and you need to provide the URL of the API trace as well. And API trace can be found using like here in a run history. When you run the API test, it will provide you the URL, and you go to this URL, and it will provide you the all the network in the network chat, and you will be able to see the URL as well as the response over here. So you just need to provide this URL to me as well.